Sarah, you want to start?
Sure. Hey, John. Just what were the biggest challenges for y'all on defense tonight?
Dan Malik Monk
Mhm.
was, obviously, number one tonight, had a big night. Got hot and got to, be more effective. We got to just be more, I always say the word sense of urgency. We got to have more sense of urgency. When guys get hot like that, obviously, yeah, LeBron and Russell and all those guys, Melo and whatnot, but it's not going to be this tonight. THT and Monk, in my opinion, so we just got to do a better job.
Troy talked about you guys kind of needing to want it a little bit more on defense, and Clint a few days ago talked about how y'all have to kind of put more heart in it defensively. Is that, I know there's like a lot of stuff that's maybe more quantifiable or tangible than that, but is that a big part of it? Just effort and heart? Is that something that's missing for y'all on defense?
Yeah, that's a lot of defense. It's caring, hard. You know what I mean, and going out there and understanding what you're doing, understanding that you're helping your teammates. Team game, all that good stuff. It starts on the defensive end, so can't come into LA in LA with LeBron and company and all those guys and just expect to waltz on the court and for anybody just give us a win. Like, you know what I mean? Like we got to come compete. So yeah, that's definitely I'd say probably number one is to always come out with that sense of urgency. It's a must.
We're almost halfway through the season now. And obviously the urgency and effort has been a consistent theme that you guys have discussed. Why do you feel like it has been an issue for almost half the season now?
I've banged my head on the wall a couple of times trying to figure it out myself. There's really no excuse. For me, honestly, personally, I don't have any excuse to not show up to my job and do it the best I can. It's what they pay me to do. That's why I'm a professional. That's why I'm in the National Basketball Association. So I really don't have an answer for you. All I can say is it's unacceptable. And you got to dig down and do the thing necessary to win, or this is going to be the result every night.
Do you feel like the belief is there that you guys can eventually figure it out and figure out that the effort and the heart that Sarah was just talking about, has to be turned around for you guys to reach your goals?
No, it's there, but the issue more so is the consistency of it being there when it needs to be there, or like I said, when in the situations, times during the game where we need to have it, that's where it's sort of missing. But the belief as a group and as a whole is never out of question. It's more so doing it when we need to do it, doing it every time, doing it with, like I said, the times when we need to. That's sort of making a bigger whole than it should be. So very delicate situation. We gotta do better.
John, the defensive issues that y'all have been having, is it more kind of like individuals at a time, or is it team stuff, like communicating as a whole, if that makes sense, or like one-on-one breakdowns, if I'm describing that right?
That's sort of the delicate situation that I'm sort of pointing to at the team, right? Somebody gets broken, blown by our beat. We're expecting that as a defense and to help and to rotate, and it's a mix of both, really, right? It's a challenge for the defender to stay in front of his man, as well as we know eventually he's going to get beat, right? Not going to be perfect, and so that's where we have to be, as I said, willing and ready, able to make those necessary things to call folks out, to be in the spots early, to do everything that we need to do to be successful that we're not doing. That's sort of where it's stemming from is, as I said, the consistency.
This was obviously your first game back from testing positive. How would you feel during that stretch, and how do you feel now?
Nice, 13 minutes, first day back. Oh, great. No complaints. I was trying to do the best that I could back in Atlanta to stay in shape. Obviously, we're winning, but felt good. I'm gonna feel a little bit tomorrow. I'm already feeling it right now, so I just got to go back and just swing a bit.
I know you guys had lofty expectations for the season. You guys are obviously 17-21. How would you describe your mindset of just where you guys are at and how this thing can be turned around?
We have confidence in the fact that, funny enough, with this group, we've done it before. Obviously don't like being in this position, right? Putting ourselves in a hole. But it's just trying to look at the positive, right? Look at the, you said halfway point, look at the second half of the year and understand that we have a legit, real chance to turn the ship around. And as we were talking about earlier, it starts with us believing in one another and buying in. That's sort of the start of the mission, is to be bought in, be together as a group, and commit. So, we'll figure it out. I'll do it. We're gonna try our best.
Is it a positive, John, that at least you guys are getting some guys healthy and some guys out of protocols? And I know y'all have had so many moving parts the last few weeks. I mean, defensive issues have been something from the beginning of the season, but at least as you're trying to improve in the second half, if you guys can stay whole a little bit more.
No, yeah, it's great. It's amazing, and I feel like that's one of the biggest positive sides of this team is that we're deep, extremely deep, but we got to give a damn. We got to give a damn for any of that. Excuse me, about to get fined. For any of that to matter, we got to kick.
Anything else in the room? Okay, let's go to Zoom.
On Zoom, we have a question from Christos Saltos.
See that?
Hello, John. Welcome back, first of all.
Boy, it's consistent. Yeah. What's up, Christos?
How are you?
Always good, man. How are you?
Fine, thank you very much. John, speaking about the defensive effort, how could you explain the slow start on tonight's game for you guys, and how you approach the game against the Clippers? It's a time for a fresh start for you.
Yeah, I wish I could say it's a fresh start. But, defensively, I feel like at the start of the game, we were doing a lot of watching. Obviously making some turnovers and getting the Lakers to do what they do well and have to get out in transition. That gets them going. So I feel like that puts us in a hole to begin with. You give the other team confidence and energy to start the game. But a guy like LeBron, get his teammates going, it's going to be a long night. So that's where we started at, and put ourselves in a hole from the start. And it's really tough to play an NBA team with an advantage.
Thank you very much.
That's it on Zoom. Thank you.
Thank you, JC.
Thank you, John.
You bet.
No problem.
Appreciate it.